Hey, what's up you guys, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. My name is Bradley, but I go by Zuri Africa on most social media platforms. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back. Thank you for 23,000 subscribers, by the way, you guys. I never actually mentioned that in any of my vlogs or videos because everything has been everywhere, but as you can tell from the title of the video, today we're going to be talking about how we moved to New Zealand. Finally. Well, at least the first few steps and processes of how to actually get the ball rolling on moving to New Zealand. As you guys know, my channel is primarily focused on teaching or the teaching route of doing things. So this video basically covers the teaching route of coming to New Zealand. And yes, you do need to be a qualified teacher in order for you to come work here and teach here in New Zealand. Please don't forget to like, comment, and also if you want to go the extra mile and support me as a YouTuber, you can click on the super thanks. It is this feature that looks like a heart where you can donate a bit of money if you feel like it. Some people have, which I'm really grateful for. But if you feel generous and you want to obviously support me as a creator more than just watching the ads, you can click on the super thanks and you can donate whatever you want, whatever you feel. So yeah, let's get started with the video. The information out there about how to come to New Zealand as a teacher is somewhat limited. So I wish someone had made this video when we were starting our process, which there are some people that actually made some of these videos, but it's not a lot and it's not always clear. So my suggestion to you, especially if you are a teacher in South Africa, obviously I'm going to be speaking in the South African context because I'm a South African, can't speak for anyone else, but obviously other countries can also apply to come teach in New Zealand if you follow similar steps. If you want more help on this specific route of teaching or coming to New Zealand, there are websites that will be linked in the description box, obviously. And then also there's Facebook groups that you can join. For South Africans specifically, I'm going to put a screenshot here of a Facebook group that you can join that will help you with even more information if you do get confused. I want to start by saying this, that we did not use an immigration consultant, lawyer person. We did consider it. We contacted them and then they were very expensive. So everything that I'm going to talk about here today is the process that we followed and that we did by ourselves. Majority of this was done by my husband. So when I was doing this video, I had to consult him and talk to him and like basically get all the information and write it down. So yeah, I have my trusted iPad here and there's a lot of things that we need to cover today. So yeah, let's get started. So in order for you to come teach here in New Zealand, you need to get something called a teacher registration, which is equivalent to, I think, maybe SACE in South Africa, which is like a teaching license. And before you get to apply for that specific teacher registration or teacher license here in New Zealand, you need to get your qualification assessed. So in order for you to do that, you need to go to the New Zealand Qualification Authority's website, create an account and start applying for your international qualification assessment. Okay. And in order for you to do that, you need the following documents. And the most important thing about the documents is that they need to be colored copies, certified and scanned. So when you make these documents and you collect them and you do all of that stuff, you need to make copies which are in color, go take them to the police station with their originals, get them certified, and then scan them properly. In this website, they actually tell you step by step on how you need to scan them, do all of these things. So yeah, the documents are your qualification. So it can be a bachelor's degree in teaching, your PGCE, your advanced diploma in teaching. As long as it's a qualification that is equivalent to NQF level 7, it's accepted. And any other qualifications that you have, you can also submit them to this international qualification assessment process so they can just authorize them and see that they are valid to be used here in New Zealand. The second thing that you need is your transcripts. So your transcripts are going to be the ones that you get that fully detail your modules year by year, which module you did, passed, all of that stuff and all of that. So you get that from your university, obviously. That too needs to be certified in color, scanned and submitted. The other thing that you need is your passport. So any proof of identity, and if you are married and then you change your surname and then your qualification is in a different name to your whatever, you need to just provide all of those documents. Again, color copied, scanned, certified, submitted to the New Zealand Qualification Authority. Okay, and then when you are doing this assessment, you need to pay for your IQA, right? You pay 746 New Zealand dollars, which is equivalent to 7,951 South African rands, which in USD is 452 American dollars, roughly, if you will. And then for this process, it takes about a month for them to do the whole assessment and all of that stuff, contact university, blah, 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 blah. And then you will get a response back that everything is done. So for us, I applied for mine specifically, I'll speak for me, on the 28th of May 2024, and it got returned back on the 9th of June 2024. So that's how long it basically, it didn't take that long, did it? It didn't take that long. It didn't take that long, but that's how long it took. That's how long ours took. But they tell you the time frame in which it can take from this time to this time. I think my husband's one took a bit longer because they had a lot of qualifications to get assessed. Now that you're done with your NZQA and IQA, which is your international qualification assessment, you get your email back which says you have everything's completed, you are eligible to come, or your qualification is eligible to use to apply for your teacher registration here in New Zealand. So then you start with applying for your teacher registration. And before you do that, again, you need to collect your documents, because you need a lot of documents for the teacher registration. And then again, they need to be in color, scanned, certified the right way. Every single page, even your transcripts need to be certified. Every single page, even if you think that page is not needed, certify everything just to make double sure. Because we made the mistake of not certifying the last page of my transcript, and we had to go back all the way to Tokyo to certify stuff and then come back, which was a waste of money. So just certify everything all at once in color and scan it, and then you can submit it. So the documents that you need to apply to the Teaching Council of New Zealand are the following. You need a police clearance, and that police clearance need not be older than 6 months. We actually had a police clearance which we submitted, and then by the time we had finished with other processes, that police clearance was a bit old, so we had to apply for a new police clearance, which took even longer because obviously we were out of country. So make sure that your police clearance that you apply for is not older than 6 months, because they're very pedantic about that stuff. It needs not be older than 6 months. Even if it's older than 6 months by a day, they'll refuse it. So police clearance. You need your proof of identity, which can be your passport or any other thing that has your full names and all of that stuff on it. You need that. You need your bachelor's degree or any qualification that obviously is equivalent to NQF level 7. Teaching qualification. Teaching qualification is very important in this instance. Bachelor's degree in teaching, PGCE in teaching, whatever. All of that. Your CV. So they need a fully updated CV. Your teaching practice portfolio / classroom observation certificate. So I couldn't really get my teaching practice certificate stuff, but I had certificates that I had been doing in Japan to improve my career or whatever, like your first aid or your classroom management or training, or all of those things. So you can submit all of that. But if you do have your teaching portfolio, you can also submit that too, because it was marked by your lecturers or your university. You can submit that too. A letter of reference from your current workplace or employee or HOD or whoever. So I got one from my school that says that I work for that company at that specific moment. My husband also got one from the JET program, and I think he also got one from his previous school that he worked for in East London before we came to Japan. So you can get that. I think I got another one from also the previous place I worked for in East London before we came to Japan too. I think I got 2. The other thing that you need is an appraisal letter or / testimonial from your principal or head of school. You can do that too. All your certificates or evidence of professional development that you got. Again, stuff that you do, especially as a teacher, like if you go to meetings and then they note it down somewhere on your SACE website or something like that, so you can get all of that proof and evidence and then submit it. Or alternatively, you can ask your head of department, HOD person, to submit all the meetings that you guys did, like, you know, I think marking, script stuff, or whatever, anything that you did in your school that is equivalent to that, you can just ask for it and then you can submit it too. If you are a new teacher that you just like newly graduated and you don't have any of these things, no previous work experience, whatever, that's not a train smash. You can still apply. You can just state in the website that you're a new teacher, you just graduated. And alternatively, I think you can get stuff either from your lecturers or mentor teachers and all of those things. And then the little bit of a disadvantage is that you're gonna start at the bottom part of the pay scale, which is not such a big deal. Not that you're not gonna get paid a lot of money either way. You still are gonna get paid a lot of money either way, but obviously not more money. But yeah, that's the only disadvantage. You start at the bottom of the pay scale if you don't have any of these little extra things. Then you need your language proficiency test. So my husband did the IELTS test. There's different types of tests that you can take and different types of tests that they accept. It's all in their website, which tests you can do to prove your English ability, especially if you're not from an English speaking country, or if you are from South Africa and you did your learning in other languages. My husband did his learning in Afrikaans, so he had to prove his English language proficiency. I didn't have to prove any of that. I asked for a letter from my principal from my primary school and my high school to say that I did my schooling from primary until high school and university in English. And then those letters, I take them and I submitted them, and then my language proficiency was okay, and I didn't have to prove my English ability in that sense. But if you don't have any of that, you need to write a test, which is an IELTS test, which again you pay for. I'm not sure how much my husband paid for his IELTS test, but obviously different countries offer different prices for IELTS tests. I can't speak on that, but you need to do that. When you have all your documents, you need to go to the website. On the website, which I'm going to provide the website over here, you need to go to this website and start your application process for the teacher registration. You need to create an account and then obviously follow all the steps of what they need you to do, and then start uploading your documents. I would suggest that you scan all your documents separately, like your ID or your passport, your qualifications, your this and this and this must be separate, must not be one giant PDF, because at different parts they're going to ask you to upload this, upload that, upload this, upload that. So make sure that they're all individuals, and then upload all your documents, which again, remember, they need to be in color, certified and scanned PDF files or other files, but like the stuff that they say that they need on the website. You need to follow the rules to the T. And then when you're done uploading everything, you need to pay. The amount that you pay for your provisional practicing certificate, your teacher registration here in New Zealand, which is equivalent to something like SACE in South Africa, is 564 New Zealand dollars, which is roughly 6,000 South African rand, which is also roughly 338 USD. That's what you pay, and then you wait, right? So the timeline of when I finished my application for this is on the 6th of May, we applied. We started the application process and doing all of these things, and then it got approved on the 10th of June 2024. So from the 6th of May 2024 until the 10th of June 2024. I think like roughly a month and a bit is how long it took for stuff to get approved. Now, when that is approved, that's when you start your job hunting, because you can't start applying for a visa without a job. And in order for you to get a job, you can go to the seek.com or .nz or something. I'm just gonna put it here. That's the website that people look for jobs in New Zealand on. And this is not just exclusively for teaching, but other careers too. You can go there. For teaching, you can go to the Education Gazette, which is specifically for teaching jobs in New Zealand only. Okay, you start looking for a job. Obviously, you have to do a bit of research on where in New Zealand you'd like to live. Town, city, countryside, whatever. South Island, North Island, you name it. We picked North Island, which is where we are right now. And then from then on, you can start looking for jobs either specific to your subject or just jobs in general, because it seems like people can just do whatever here in this country. It seems low-key. So yeah, you start looking for a job. When you do get that job, that's when you start applying for your work visa. You'll get a job offer, and then I think that job offer or the job or the school that you're going to be applying for will also somewhat give you some extra information on what to submit to the New Zealand immigration for your visa stuff, and you can start applying. So there's either one or two ways you can do this. You can either apply for a work visa, which is what we did, or you can apply for a straight to residency visa, which is a tier 1 visa for specific highly skilled people that are in need here in New Zealand. And those people, obviously, like primary school teachers can apply for a straight to residency visa. Secondary school teachers can also apply for a straight to residency visa, because I think teachers in New Zealand are a bit scarce, so they're looking for people to come and teach here and work here, like foreigners in general. So they'll give you a much easier way to come be in this country. So the straight to residency visa just means that it allows specific high in demand job people to gain immediate permanent residency, which means you can settle in New Zealand permanently with that specific type of visa. If you do the work visa and you don't have enough money to, because the straight to residency visa is pricey, you can just apply for a work visa like we did, and then when you are here you can switch to the straight to residency visa. So if we do that, I'll let you guys know, but for now that's what we have, the work visa, and they give you a number of years depending on your job contract, whatever, they give you those years. We got a 5-year work visa here in New Zealand to come teach, and yeah, that's basically it. I know this is like a very simplified version of what you need to do, because the process is much more longer, stressful, and a bit tedious than what I just explained, and I'm sure what I explained is also a bit complicated. So in order for you to have a bit of peace of mind, you can consult an immigration consultant who helps you to do all of this for you, and you just pay them, or you can do it by yourself. And if you do want to do it by yourself, obviously there's like websites and links and stuff in my description of this video, or alternatively you can search on YouTube. There are other creators that actually make more detailed videos than what I just gave you here, and you can follow those steps, like applying and creating an account for the teaching qualification and the assessment and all of that. They just show you step by step, page by page on what you need to do. I don't have that time to do that, so I'm just going to give you the easier broke down version. And also join Facebook groups, ask those people, they also provide information there. It's free. And also just do research, read on the websites, watch the little videos that they provide, because they just provide everything in the New Zealand teaching qualification, teaching council website. So yeah, just do that. But any other questions, I'll do my best to answer them in the comment section. And if you guys do have any other questions, please do leave them down in the comments down below, and we shall talk. So yeah, this video has been very exhausting. But anyway, I will see you guys again in my next video. And if you guys want other stuff, other processes, how we're doing specific things, please do let me know, and then I will just make videos answering those questions and doing all those things. So yeah, until next time.